Welcome back to the From Harvey with Love podcast. I am your host, Harvey World Drizzy. And we got us another one today. So as you guys know, this is the From Harvey with Love podcast because I'm from Harvey and everything I do with love. So I say that because we seem to go over a whole lot of birds behaving badly over here on this channel, but that's not to bash women. That's not to bash women at all. It's because, like the guy we're going to be reviewing, the video we're going to be reviewing today, you got to protect yourself at all times, fellas. It's really about understanding female nature so that you can overcome it. So that's what the goal is. The goal is not to put down women. It's not to attack women. It's just for us guys to better understand you, better understand them, so that we can operate in a more beneficial way for the both of us. But today's video comes from Manosphere Highlights Daily. It's a channel I started following actually about a couple of years ago, maybe now. It was during the pandemic when I first found this channel. And I like the way he actually breaks it down. He does a good job of breaking it down without any biases and any woman hate or bashing. It's basically just so, as he say, you can protect yourself at all times. In this crisis of masculinity that we have in here, this pandemic, this attack on the masculine man that we're having here in America, channels like his, I believe, are essential. Not just for young boys, young guys, young men, but for us older turds and some of the old farts too. You can learn something. You need to understand these women. They got a playbook, and the more you know, it's just like football, man. You got to study the plays. And so today, what we're going to be going over, is prenuptial agreements. You see, I am pro-marriage. I believe that it is the best environment to raise a family, the best environment to raise children. And I believe it's overall the best for the community, the black community, all communities. Is that a strong nuclear family? So I am still a strong champion for marriage. However, I do understand why some men wouldn't want to do it. But for the men who wouldn't want to do it for obvious reasons, the prenuptial agreement already exists. Now, yes, prenuptial agreements can be thrown out in court because she could say she signed it under duress or whatever, right? But for the most part, get you a good lawyer, because these divorce, they know how to write them things ironclad. You're going to probably have to spend some money, unfortunately, but you got to pay to play, fellas. And this is the thing. If you are a man of stature, of status, of clout, you have money, you have assets, you have a stock portfolio, you own properties, commercial or otherwise, you need to protect yourself. And you need to be adamant about that. That need to be a first date topic. If we dating for marriage, we dating with intention. It need to be I don't bring it up on a first date. I see it in her face, because this is the thing. You are who you are now. If you already got it, now fellas that don't got nothing, i.e. me, right? I got married when I was 19 years old. I didn't get no damn prenup. You know why? Because I was an E3 in the military. Didn't have a whole lot of assets for it to take. So everything that I build from here on out, she's been an intricate part in. Got no problem. I got no problem. Whatever you, if it come to that, whatever you take, I'll get it back. But for guys who already have shit like that, see, I think of it this way. That's the spoils of war when it comes to I didn't have nothing and we built all this shit together. That's why I'm not really worried about a prenup. I don't care. Plus, I'm not worried about getting a divorce. I mean, not to say that it can't happen. Anything can happen. So the guys that have already did the work, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Bro, guys, there's not a whole lot of reason unless you know something we don't know, unless you got something in the works, it ain't no whole lot to protect. So don't let the prenup conversation have you miss out on a good woman. That ain't your battle to fight. But men who you already 6 figures or more, you own stock portfolios, you are a business owner or own multiple businesses, you have assets, you need to protect those assets. That's just flat out, that's point blank, period. And yeah, they can be thrown out in court maybe in some situations, but like I said, get you a good attorney, and I'd rather have one than not have one. Protect yourself at all times, fellas. There's no reason for you to can't go out here being stupid, and don't let these women trick you or goat you like these. The birds in today's video. Oh my God. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not even gonna waste that much time. You know, this shouldn't even be a long video. This reaction is actually the entire video is only about 10 minutes. So we should be able to get right through this. I'm not gonna hold you guys too long, but I just think that it's paramount. Matter of fact, on your way out of here, you're gonna like, comment, and subscribe here, and then go over there and you should go ahead and give my boy give him a subscribe too. He's at about 134K right now, so it's not like he really needs the help, but anything helps. So y'all guys, y'all go over there. If you like this content, I believe you'll like that. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description and a link. Well, we're gonna get over this whole video. It's only like literally 10 minutes long. So without further ado, I'm gonna get right into it.
Women demonstrate why they only want a prenup when it benefits them. Welcome to Management Highlights Daily. The message of this channel is to protect.
And that's another thing. There's a stat I read, and I'll find it and bring it up in a later video. But the stat goes something like this. In marriages, when the man is the breadwinner, he has the money. 88% of the time, the man does not protect himself through prenuptial agreement or any other agreement. When the shoe's on the other foot and it's the woman that's the breadwinner, yeah. How often do you think they don't protect themselves? Only 15% of the time do those women not protect themselves. Fellas, don't let the damsel in distress bullshit fool you. Protect yourself at all times.
Protect yourself at all times.
At all
and in order to
times.
protect yourself, you need to know what or who to protect yourself from. This is another video that highlights one of the reasons why men choose to opt out. A prenup is a form of protection. However, prenups are not airtight. Judges throw them out in certain states. A woman can't say she signed it under duress. So what are you gonna do now? I still want to see John Cena's prenup because he made it airtight. If somebody has it, please send it to us. Female nature is selfish. It is what it is. Let these women talk long enough and they will always tell on themselves. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do because we men ain't we? Shit.
Yeah, people have very there's a lot of emotions tied to money, and but I think that conversation is necessary to have before getting married. I think it's a good idea because your values are placed in a lot of it is placed in money. How do you what's your relationship with it? How do we want to spend it? Do we want to have like a shared bank account? Like how is this gonna work? It's good to
So y'all spoke about that?
We did. We got a lawyer and wrote out our wills.
You have a prenup?
And we have a prenup.
Really?
We're both
don't cheer for them just yet,
practical,
fellas.
and it's really like unromantic, right?
I know, I said the same thing.
It's very it's a weird conversation to have because it's mapping out worst case scenarios.
Exactly.
If I die, where's this money go? You know, and it's just weird. I'm the one who wanted it, just because my family, I have some assets that I'm going to inherit from my family. So we just wanted to keep that separate.
Oh, so you did it.
Yeah, we did it. And he's so good at not taking things personal. You know, I'm like, this is just the family stuff to keep separate and everything.
To keep separate? It's funny because my boy Sneeko always bring up that it seemed like all of these weird feminists, that when they start talking the bullshit, they get on that separate. It's like they talk in that tone. Like I'm triggered. They all do it. They all don't matter the cut. They all do it. Like, and look at this dweeb right here. She just eating up the bullshit. It's okay to get a prenup. Listen to why she got the prenup though. Our boy gonna break it down.
Everything else, you know. So it was pretty simple, and he's good at not taking it personally. Like, it doesn't mean anything about us, and we're both.
How much are you married?
Logic.
I'm just kidding. Look, baby girl, you need a daughter. I'll be.
This is gold. I want you to pay attention to body language and first reactions. Give me 10 minutes and I'll know exactly what kind of woman I'm dealing with. And I'll show you how this works. Check this out.
You have a prenup?
And we have a prenup.
Really?
We're both practical, and it's really like unromantic, right?
I know, I said the same thing.
It's very from my family, so we just wanted to keep that separate.
Oh, so you did it.
Yeah, we did it. And
Ask the right questions and you will get the right answers, verbal or non-verbal. It's obvious that she is surprised that the Asian woman signed a prenup, but she is even more surprised that it was initiated by the Asian woman. I put the romantic reaction in there because that's one of the biggest reasons modern relationships don't work. Romance as the foundation of a long-term relationship is a recipe for disaster. And besides that, women are not romantic. They love romance, but they are not romantic. There's a difference.
And fellas, I know they're going to take offense to that. The female's going to take offense to that of them not being romantic. But I'm going to ask you, fellas, this is a question for y'all. When was the last time your girl did anything romantic besides give you that same gok and that, you know what I mean? I mean, that I'll take it too. You feel me? I'm not turning it down. I'm sure y'all not turning it down. You appreciate it. But at the end of the day, they don't dress it up. It ain't nothing fancy about it. Like they're not romantic. When it come to you, you're going to get the same thing on Valentine's Day. You're going to spend a whole lot of money, and you're going to get the same romance that you always got, fellas. Just you get it. They don't be, and then, you know, a lot of them, they not all filled with personality. It's like they all feel to be special, but typically, I mean, that's why look at IG. You got literally like 3 faces in all of IG. They either Kim K, Ant Body, fucking spinoff, they're Miracle Watts spinoff, or one of them twins. One of them, they all look like similar. It's like 1 or 3 chicks, depending on their complexion and how they can do their makeup. They just they turn into the same thing. The BBL warriors, they all lazy. They rather go under the knife. Highest mortality rate. But the point is, they're not romantic. Think about it, fellas. When was the last time? And tell me what it was. And now all of the girls, well, I'm different. I take them in. And shut up. Shut up. I'm sick of that. Every time you put on Facebook, every time I put a post up, it's some chick talking about, not me. And she's every time it's a baby mama. That's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, I can look at you and tell. Shut up. Shut up.
That's why this is gold, because these women show us exactly what happens when the shoe is on the other foot, so to speak. Asian woman inherits valuable assets. Prenup makes sense. Black woman doesn't inherit anything. Prenup hurts feelings. Let's take it a step further.
Luckily, the conversation, it was really easy. We didn't have to pay the lawyer much because we just like agreed and then signed it. And it's funny because my sister, she just had the conversation with her partner. They already have kids and stuff, so they basically were married, but they made it official recently. And then they did the same paperwork, but the conversation was harder for them.
Really?
But I'm like, but I totally empathize. I'm like, it is a weird conversation.
It is a weird conversation, and plus they have children involved too. So
That's
it's a weird conversation because you're so willing to protect yourself. But if you notice what they're saying, they're finna get a family inheritance. They want to keep the family inheritance separated. Do you hear that? Not everything. Everything else, i.e. the shit he made. Oh no, I need that shit commingled. I need that shit commingled because when we break up, I need a piece of that shit. The shit that you built before I got here, the shit that you continue to build from now on. I'm here. I'm contributing. I want my piece. She won't have for that shit. But the shit that she is no risk for her because, like I said, only 15% of the time do the woman, when she's the breadwinner or when she has the fortune, not protect herself. 88% of the time, men, because we the dummies that believe in love. Like I say this shit all the time, men love more than women. We love harder than them. We risk more. Like, and we have your children. How dare you say that? We risk more. Y'all risk y'all lives, and nobody's ever, not here, not on this channel. I don't even think really even the red pill boys will not argue the fact that having children is paramount. It is something for you to be put on a pedestal for. Going through that, I am never trying to, take that from women. That's something that we as men can't do, will never be able to do. And I'm a bean. I've seen 2 kids come out of my wife, and I wouldn't do it if I could. Point blank, period. So I'm not ever taking that from you. But what I'm saying to say is, what men also do is we build the world after that. We after the people are born, that's when the men's work start. We do all of the rest. And I would argue that it's at least equal. The work is at least equal.
What are we doing about our kids? If you're worried about that, like, I get prenups to me are just.
And look how she tried to guilt you. How did she get the kids from the prenup? Ain't kids, the child support ain't got nothing to do. It ain't no prenup for children. It ain't one. There ain't no financial abortion, none of that. It's nothing for children. But they try to throw it into the fields. They try to guilt trip you, fellas. Stand strong. This is where it's time for you to be masculine. This shit is gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna be uncomfortable, but it's you must do it. It's a must. It's not you can't risk forever and everything on of the fleeting feeling of happiness and romanticism and love. You can't do that. And then, like you hear she gonna say, I'm not spiteful, but I'm gonna tell you this, fellas, and you can mark my fucking words when I say this. No woman, you hear me? No woman is spiteful until she is. You're not going to see that coming, fellas, especially when you get married. You literally in a honeymoon phase. This is the first step of the rest of our lives. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be blinded. That's why right now, when you sober, you need to be principle based. Inside in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is principle based. He say begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. Be principle based so that you don't have to, when you meet that fork in the road, I'm going A or B, I'm going A. If you have assets, fellas, you own property, you have an inheritance coming, whatever, stock portfolios, whatever you have built, protect it. Because no, she might be sugar and spice and everything nice today. You slip up, you get some ass, you out on your ass. You're going to lose the house, bucko, every single time. You have kids, you can kiss them goodbye. All of these things. You already going to lose the family and the house. There's no need for you to lose all the rest of the shit. You need to protect yourself at all times, fellas. Don't let them guilt you. Like, she's going to get in her field. She's going to cut the waterworks on and all of that shit. But you will save yourself the waterwork bullshit if you really just hit them with it off the gas before the feelings could even turn the feels for it's even in there. Just know, hey, this type of time I'm on, there's no way I would get married without an ironclad you get nothing prenup. Like, it don't even got to be a you get nothing, depending on how you have it. If you want to break her off something, but make sure that it's measured in a way where you don't get screwed. At the very minimum, what you've already built, you should keep. Never mind. Write it however you want it, whatever you feel is fair. Because just like relationships, everybody's relationship is different. But protect yourself. She would protect herself. Don't let them fool you. Shoe on the other foot, they automatically, they out of nowhere speak logic. Shoe on the other foot, I make the money out of nowhere. They speak logic and reason. Everything else is feels. When it's on you, when you own the money, it's gonna be I feel I can't help but feel offended. She says she can't help it.
It seems like a setup for failure, you know.
But
and
it's
I'm
not
like,
a setup when she do it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, no, I totally.
Maybe if I had more money, I would be indifferent, you know. So I'm like,
there it is. There it the fuck
Don't you
is.
just love it when they tell on themselves?
Love it.
I've said it many times on this channel. We don't hate women. We just expose the foolishness. And 9 out of 10 times, they do it themselves. Don't shoot the messenger. The manosphere keeps growing because there's an infinite supply of this foolishness floating around in this world.
Infinite supply.
One more thing. The Asian woman is not off the hook. Just because she asked for the prenup doesn't mean she's not taking her husband's money. Listen.
Weird. I'm the one who wanted it, just because my family, I have some assets that I'm going to inherit from my family. So we just wanted to keep that separate.
Oh, so you did it.
Yeah, we did it. And he's so good at not taking things personal. You know, I'm like, this is just the family stuff to keep separate and everything else, you know. So it was pretty simple. And
Did you hear that?
Simple.
We wanted to keep that separated, but everything else, check this out.
And it's funny because my sister, she just had the conversation with her partner. They already have kids and stuff. So they basically were married, but they made it official recently. And then they...
Am I the only one disgusted by this shit? Look at these two fucking birds. They just sit up and talk so casually about like fucking just the most deceptive type of shit. Like, and with the shoe on the other foot, she's already admitted. This bird right here has already admitted that, oh my God, I would feel offended. I couldn't help but to feel offended. But then out of the same little fucking bird beak mouth, she said, well, maybe if I had more money, I'd be indifferent. Or I'd feel different. Maybe if you had more, you think? Because like I said, only 15% of them won't protect themselves, fellas. Come on now. Come on now. And these two they look pretty feminine women. These ain't your average run of the mill masculine. You can see them coming a mile away grenade launchers. These are stealthy creatures here. Especially the Asian. Ain't that they thing? They so submissive. She ain't she ain't stupid. I tell you that. I fucking tell you that. She's smart enough to protect them goddamn assets, fellas. You got to be smart too. You got to be smart too. She's smart enough. They smart enough to guilt trip. She guilted this man with a straight face. Like, she sounded so logical, but at the same time, she said, "Brother, I don't want to give you nothing, but I need half of everything you got in divorce." And he signed for it. Didn't even really get no pushback. It was the sister's husband that gave a little pushback and then folded like a sucker. But her husband didn't even get no pushback. He was super in love. Let love get you fucked up, fellas. I'm telling you right now, people always talk about love and falling in love. Like, if love was what y'all say it was, if it was sugar and spice and everything nice, love is a blunt force object. It don't care who it is, because most of y'all wouldn't be with y'all baby daddies. He would have never been able to touch you if love got it made sense. It's a blunt force object. It busts into your life, and when it's there, it's there. When it ain't, it ain't. Don't let love fuck you over, fellas. Protect yourself at all times. It's like you in a boxing match. This is a match, a one-on-one. And you sitting around with your hands down and the bell done already rung. She gonna knock your ass out when you least expect it.
They did the same paperwork, but the conversation was harder for them.
Her sister had a difficult time with this conversation because her sister also wanted to keep her family assets separated and still take her husband's money. Listen, stop thinking with your dick and start using your big head. Asian woman married up. Black woman is dating up. Women in general are looking to date up and don't make their money to take care of a man. So a prenup only makes sense to a woman if she is the one that has something to lose. Let's take it a step further.
I mean, when I had this discussion with somebody, I was like, I moved from love. I'm not spiteful. My husband were to bring it up, I'd be like, I don't know why I would help. I wouldn't help it but feel offended. So what do you mean you want a prenup? You know, but I'm like, I know that it's a logical decision, and they say marriage.
I know that it's a logical decision. Like, that's the part I can't ever get over. Don't act like they don't know. They fucking know what they're doing. They know why you're doing what you're doing. They know they understand. But I can't help but to feel offended when you know that it's logical. Make it fucking make sense. Fellas, fuck what they say. Protect yourself. This is the masculine shit I'm talking. We don't care. Love her to death, but don't give a fuck what she thinks. Fellas, I'm telling you, if you got assets, don't be no fool. Also, I'm going to tell the guys who ain't got a dime, who ain't got a fucking pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of, my brother, this is not your fight. This is not your fight. Don't you start no shit in no relationship when you ain't got shit. Now, it's different if you a brother with potential. You in Princeton, or you at Stanford Law, or you know what I'm saying. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. That's different because you doing that work by yourself, fella. But y'all, only you know. I'm saying if you blue collar pookies, you Chads, and I wouldn't down this hill now. If you ain't got shit yet, you need to pick the right woman that can get you to that's gonna at least allow you, not hinder you from that next level. I don't necessarily pick. I don't believe in picking a woman to get you to the next level, but you definitely don't want one to hinder you. You want a helpmate, somebody that don't mind helping you. These women that turn their face up in submission and act like it's slavery, let that be a red flag, fellas. She can't do nothing for you. It's a problem to do things for you. Why should she do this for you? Let it be a red flag, fellas. And let her leave her where you find her. Pump and dump at your own discretion, I guess. I wouldn't.
Is a business as well. It's like, this is your business partner, this is your life partner, this is also your finance. I'm very understanding and I get it, but in the same sense of like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not signing it. No, I'm just kidding. I would have to really think about it. I would be like, you need to have a good argument.
Yeah, I do think it depends on the person and the way it's presented too, because I think sometimes it can be a way it's presented where it comes up, it really comes up like, I don't trust you, or
like yours, right?
I don't have faith in this relationship. And I'm like,
what about the way she asked her husband for the fucking prenup did not scream, I don't trust you? You marrying into his family, taking his last name, but you want to hide your family assets from him, while all the while benefiting from his assets in the marriage, and then being able to benefit from them after you decide to quit. Because 50-something% of fucking marriages end in divorce. 80% of them is filed by the wife. 70% of those is irreconcilable differences, not infidelity, like you guys want to say. That's all we doing is running around here beating women and cheating on them. That's just not the facts. That's not the stats. You know what? I'm not even sure that stat is extreme, but it's up there. Upwards of 80% of the time, the woman is the one that filed for the divorce. Men know it's cheaper to keep her. Men know that. But women know that they just believe, I'm just going to go find another one that's going to love me better. 40 years old after 20 years of marriage. They fucking Disney. Naive ass fucking Jesus.
Don't move out of spite. I would never do anything spiteful. Even if I were to have children with a man, I would never move out of spite. I would always want my child to be involved in someone's life. Man, you never know situations. You never know scenarios. Everybody's different. Every relationship, everything is different. But I just know I'm not a spiteful person. Like I said earlier, I was like, I don't hold grudges long enough. You know, I'm like, I genuinely am just not a spiteful person. So I don't see in any way, if anything, I'm more prideful. I'd be like, fuck you and that money, you know? So I'm like, you know, so it's like, how dare you bring a prenup in it? But I don't know. I get it. People holding value to what they're rightfully own, you know? So I get it. It's like, I get it.
You get it, right?
Do I like it? I don't know.
I feel like
you see that she gets it, but doesn't get it at the same time. And the reason why this happens is because the emotional aspect.
I'm gonna stop him. It's not that she get it. It ain't no, but she don't get it at the same time. She get it, but she don't want to get it because it's against the Wi-Fi. It's against what they, it's like they can't admit some shit or it'll be real. Like I can't let them know that, you know what I'm saying, that I get why, because it makes sense. It's very reasonable and rational, but I don't like it because it means that I don't get something when I decide to quit on this man. I don't, you know, because you're going to typically 80% is typical that you're going to be the fucking one to quit, woman. You're going to be the one to quit.
Trumps the logical, and this is why I eat these college-educated women for breakfast, because they are good at making tests. Women graduate more than men, so they've proven that they can make a test.
And listen what he said, because that's another misnomer that we get in the black community is that the black woman is doing so great. First of all, that y'all know about about college and how they the most college educated. They're the most enrolled in college. They're not the most graduates. So I'm gonna start there. Also, when it comes to them graduating at a higher clip than the black man, that is absolutely the truth. However, that is also the truth for every race. When every race, I mean that Asian women graduate at a much higher clip than Asian men. White women graduate at a higher clip than white men, Hispanic, and so forth and so on. That's the way it goes. The female of the species graduates from college at a higher clip. Now, this is the crazy part. Of those degrees given, 8% of those of all degrees given are given to black men. Only 11%. That's how much they're beating us by. Only 11% of all degrees are given are given to the black woman. So you're not smoking us like you want to believe. So I mean, in that case, same with the white man. 64% to 60% of the men. 64% of the degrees go to white women. Like I don't. So get off of that high horse, black woman. Come on home. Come on home. Y'all study screaming that, and we still make more money than you. Just statistically, that's just a fact. We still make more money than you by at least about 10 grand. We make more money than you, and you got more education, but it's the same for all of the other races that seem to get along just a little bit better than us. So come on home. Come on home.
Test. They've proven that they can give the right answer. I'm telling you to be careful with these women in the manosphere. It's easy to give the right answer. It's not that easy to make the right choice.
That's a fact.
You see it when these women.
We got a lot of pygmies in the in the manosphere now. We got a lot of these women in the manosphere, and I welcome them. I'm not even in the manosphere. I don't even really count it. I don't know. I'm not red pill. I'm for fucking sure not blue pill. I don't even know what the fuck the black pill is. I'm not MGTOW. I'm not SYSBM or none of that shit. I'm just a masculine man, a regular guy, hard working, college educated, normal guy. That's who I am. I'm a family man. That's what I am, and I'm here on behalf of the family men, the guys who still have those traditional qualities, who still want to build communities, who still want to raise children. Those men, those who still want to be a provider, who still open up doors for their ladies, all of that shit. I'm still chivalrous, like the chivalry ain't dead in this household. My son, when I don't open the door for my wife, my son get the door. That's the way it work around here. So this channel is for anybody who wants to get past this gender war bullshit. Like, yeah, we gonna make fun, and we gonna point fingers and shit, but it's all in love. And at the end of the day, the goal is to have better men, better leaders, better role models, so that we can have better husbands, better fathers, better brothers, better friends. And that's the goal here. The same goal as Kevin Samuels that so many people don't want to give him the credit for, but what he was about community. He was about black family. He was about you guys getting back together. He was pointing out the hypocrisy in women. Night in, night out, he had these unrealistic women come onto his platform and demand men that they don't qualify for. He was pointing it out like, look, you have an average, not even average most of the time. Let's be for real. Most of the time they're not average. And the reason it was most of the time they wasn't average is because women of value aren't calling in because they aren't having problems in the dating market. You dig what I'm saying? So high value men weren't calling in because they weren't having problems in the dating market. So what you're seeing with the Kevin Samuels show, what the issue was that a lot of those people were just, they was the leftovers. Everybody else got picked, and you got both of them. So you got the fucking dweebs who took Kevin Samuels' talking points on high value men. Your $40,000 run of the mill guy, and I'm not dogging you guys. Like that's not what I said $40,000 for. But I said $40,000 to point out the fact that you are in fact not high value in the sense that Kevin was talking about. But you took those talking points and you ran and you shoved them down the throat of women who don't give a fuck about you and didn't want to hear it. That was the issue. And so you really muddied the water of his whole message because you running around not put together and spewing this shit out your mouth that nobody wants to hear. And to the point where now a man of stature, if he start and a stat sounds similar to some shit Kevin Samuels say, the woman's eyes is rolling, they turned off. Don't matter who you was. Didn't matter who you was, who you are. You get disputing that shit and they cut off because they don't want to hear it. Because you know why? You know why? Because those fucking dweebs then already blew the spot up. Because they memorized that shit like a script, and they would recite it like Bible verses. Every stat he's ever said, they can write off the top of their head like it was from the good book. And that's what fucked up the message. What I'm trying to do here is we're gonna get into to all of the solutions, from making money to getting in shape, finding careers, progressing, promotion inside of careers, financial literacy. We're gonna touch on everything because the goal here is to get better. Right now, what we doing, we working on, we pointing out the hypocrisy, the hypocrisy of women, so that men can better protect themselves. And guess what? Maybe you will have a better wife when she know that she's not going to be incentivized to leave you. That's the problem. They are incentivized to quit. Incentivized. It's not. It's paramount. You got to think. Most of the richest women in the world got there through divorce. They got there through divorce. The biggest losses that the top businessmen have ever had in their entire careers, it did not come in the boardroom, did not come in the markets, did not come on Wall Street, did not come from famine and epidemic. It came from divorce. Cost Bezos $61 billion. It came in divorce. So you protect yourself at all times, fellas. This ain't not too much longer. We're gonna let them finish it up.
And take away your kids. You see it with the high percentage of women committing paternity fraud. You see it when women claim there is a gender pay gap. Women know exactly what's going on, but the emotional trumps the.
I'm gonna stop them. The gender pay gap shit, I'm sick of hearing it. It's been debunked 100 times over. So just so you understand why it seems like a gender pay gap. So bring up the gender pay gap, you bring up men, you bring up women, and all things being the same, it looks like women make 82 cents on the dollar. So for every dollar a man makes, a woman makes 82 cents. But if you do the control variable where you match them up between qualifications, job title, and you control it and all of those things, for every dollar that the man makes, the woman makes 99 cents. Pay gap is a penny, roughly. However, there was a study at Google where they did a study, a case study on their own employees, male and female, right? Guess what they found out? They found out that the women were making just about as much as the men were making. But when you accounted for hours worked, days took off, fit for full duty, liability, the men grossly outworked the women, but the women still made the same amount, which means technically the women actually made more than the men inside of Google. And I'm sure it's like that in many other in many other situations. That will be the same, because it's just a fact of life that women are going to call off more than men. It's just that's just the way it is. It's not pointing a finger or stereo. It's the stats. It's the facts. Facts are just facts. The truth don't care who tell it. But the gender pay gap is not real. But what is real is that 80 cents on every dollar made, no matter whether a man made it or a woman made it, or whatever gender made it. Now, let me not get into that type of trouble. Whatever gender made it, 80% of this shit is spent by a woman or of them, whatever they is, whatever they want to be called. It's spent by the female human.
The logical. I feel. The moment she leads with that,
Run! Get to the chopper!
Get the fuck out of there.
I don't care what she says. I'm not a spiteful person. I don't hold grudges too long. Fellas, protect yourself at all times. Check this out.
You wouldn't really know because emotions are high, and like I like to think that because I'm very prideful too. Like I'm not the type that would like fight for things. I'm like, you really want to fight
you want
for
to
this?
do that? Exactly.
You can have it. I'm gonna start over.
Unless you completely have me messed up, and then it's just like, now I'm taking everything you got.
I think
You know,
There's the fucking truth. Now I'm taking everything you got. No woman is spiteful until she fucking is. Don't you fall for that dumb shit. Don't you fall for the fellas. Hey, consider yourself warned. All 22 of my subscribers, consider yourselves warned. Don't say Drizzy ain't tell you what was going on. So when you get hit with this shit after you seen this video, understand that you deserved it, bucko. You deserved it. They sitting here in 4K telling you the truth. This is the fucking truth right here. She's talking to her, and it's like the camera is there, but it's really not there because this is their echo chamber because we ain't supposed to be watching this shit. We ain't supposed to be watching this shit. I don't even know what the fuck podcast this is. I would have never stumbled upon this. That's why you go watch Mental Fear Highlights Daily because he doing the work over there. He doing the work over there.
I'm like, damn, am I spiteful? I don't know.
the other extreme. Like,
Am I spiteful? I don't know. Protect yourself at all
If
times.
you listen to women, you see a pattern. They speak from a position of innocence, assuming it's only the guy who
Damsel in
can do wrong
distress.
in the relationship. And Western society still has that mentality. Amber Heard took full advantage of it. Johnny Depp was guilty until proven innocent. I mentioned paternity fraud.
And we made a whole lot of memes and we laughed a lot at the Amber Heard situation. But the allegations, when you them was some insidious ass allegations now. That come on now, like she wanted to ruin the man. If that man is guilty of the shit she said he did, the abuse and I want to say it was even a essay. I don't know if we could say that on YouTube. I ain't trying to get in too much trouble. I already cussed too much. But I want to say it was even, some SA, some special victims unit, if you know what I'm talking about, going on in the relationship is what she was implying, what she was flat out lying. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we up against because many men lost that. Many men lost those battles like that. They didn't have Johnny Depp money. They didn't have cameras all over the place and all of this evidence to prove themselves. They just went down. They went down because one of these I'm not spitefuls got spiteful. They not spiteful till they are. Protect yourself at all times. If you don't get shit else from this, understand that. They gonna play damsel in distress. I was watching some shit today. I try to see what the girls is talking about on and it's hard to listen to because and it's not their fault. They are talking to women. They're not talking to me. The message is not encoded for my ears. That's why it pisses me off most of the time or disgusts me. But they were talking about something they call a soft life. These dweeb ass women sitting up on the internet and trying to pretend the soft life to me just sound like, and ladies that understand the soft life or heard of it before, I could be wrong, but it sounds like fake femininity. It sounds like they want to mask. They even got a uniform for the shit, like what they supposed to be wearing, and they drink iced coffees in the morning. It was the weirdest shit ever. And I'm sitting there watching the shit. I'm looking like the shit that they think is femininity. It's all about a look. It's like a pretend thing to them. It's like a veneer. They want to put on a costume. Ma'am, just be who you naturally are. Let go of the hot girl summer. Let go of the city girl. Let go of the finesse. Y'all not finessing. Like, ma'am, you not finessing. Let's be for real. What money you getting from these men? Most of y'all are fucking men with money for free. Stupidest shit ever. Stupidest shit ever. You not finessing. So relax. I'm trying to help you get better results. If you listen to me and you ain't already got a Pookie baby, you won't get one. That's enough right there to save your life. If you just listen to this, because with it, what I'm trying to say is you got all the power. All you got to do is stop giving yourself to these Pookies, these Ray Rays, these Chads, these Tyrones, these dubious dweebs. Because you know how you stop doing that? You vet them. You're not vetting anybody. You can't vet nobody because you fucking 24 hours or less. Put some ice on that little cat. Relax. Get to know this dude. It take you 2 seconds once you start looking to realize that there ain't no substance to a pookie. It ain't hard to find. That's why it pisses us off so much when we hear, oh, my baby daddy ain't shit. And we all looking like, duh, bitch, you ain't shit. Why do you think you with him?
30% of men are not the biological father. This is 30% of men that actually take the paternity test. Not all men. Who knows what the percentage would be if paternity tests were mandatory? What I'm saying is, women can be abusive, can cheat on you, have a baby with another man, divorce you for no reason because of no fault divorce, and still take your money, your assets. Stop the foolishness. I took my talents overseas. I've got a woman here, and I still protect myself at all times. I made it clear from the start. If she was not on my program, it was not going to work. But like I said,
from the start, though, fellas,
different culture, small town. I'm good. Shit.
Like, okay, you want to do
There's
this?
extremes. There's so there's no gray with me. So
you ain't got to go overseas, fam. Y'all don't got to run over there to get some act right. The key was to start up front. If you notice, he's saying up front, she knew if you're not going to get on the program, and this is the thing, you don't got to go overseas for that, fellas. You don't got to go overseas for that type of control. You can have that type of control right here in America, but the thing is, you're going to have to create a whole lot more value than you would have to create when like $1 American is like 38 baht in 48 baht in Thailand or some shit. It's probably lower than that now because it's been wars and all type of shit since then. So I'm not really sure, but it's crazy. It's a lot. $1 go along, the greenback go a long way over there. So that's why you're able to do more. Here, you're just gonna have to make more. It's gonna take a little bit more to actually support her and live that lavish lifestyle. Like shit, living lavish over there, you can buy a chick a water buffalo or some shit for $100. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, and feed the whole goddamn a fleet of people. That's why they go over there, because you gonna get submission, because you big money man over there, man. You big money man over there. Get you a little drop shipping, you know what I'm saying? Some shit you can work remote, get paid them greenbacks. Got guys living over there off their military pension and shit. That shit stretch a long way over there. $100 go a long ways over there. So that's what it is. You just, fellas, you got to understand, it's not going to hurt you to get some more money. It's not going to hurt nobody to get some more money. So that's what you need to, that's something that you can fix, that you can work on. You can become a high earner. You're not going to become a high earner overnight. Usually there are guys that's going to get lucky like that, but you're not going to usually become a high earner overnight. But if you start doing the work now, the quicker you start, the faster you finish. It's just that simple. You can sit around here telling yourself monkey ass shit like money isn't everything, or money is the root of all evil, or whatever other little stupid fucking cliche you want to tell yourself to keep yourself poor and broke. But at the end of the day, you got the right to this money. Go get you some. Turn that shit into once that starts going up, you get your health going. 'Cause I'm gonna tell you, fellas, I don't care if you ugly. I don't care if you short. Get you some money and a 6-pack. I don't give a fuck what's going on in your life gonna be better. Life gonna be better, because you can be short, but the average woman like 5'4", homeboy, be taller than her and have a bag, and guarantee you she get right on board. You got to provide value. It just sucks. I know. I mean, it really don't suck. I don't think I would want. I say this all the time to my homeboy when we talking. I don't want to live in a world where men are loved unconditionally. I like it the way it is. You got to earn it. That's why we look at men highly for being able to have multiple girls. That's why when a dude got a bunch of chicks, especially when they're perceived high value chicks, hard to get chicks, you know, the exotics. When a guy has a lot of those, we respect them because we know that they had to choose him. Now, we know the ones that's out there lying and tricking y'all, but to be honest, we think y'all stupid because we don't know how you got tricked by him, because he don't have what it takes. A second, he's not going to. You put a magnifying glass on him and he looks shaky. He's not even a good counterfeit. He's not even a good fake. And so when we see that you gave it up especially when you went the whole way. You went 9 months of pregnancy and replicated this dirtbag. It's gonna be hard for real men because real men know real men. We know these motherfuckers. We even hang with some of them. We hang with these dirtbags. We know them through and through. They funny to us. They cool to us. They family to us. But when y'all give them access to your womb, ma'am, all dogs go to heaven when Charlie leave. You can never come back. You didn't gave Buddy, you didn't gave Pookie that uterus. You can never come back. Y'all could keep saying Sierra's prayer all you want. You can say it till your lungs bleed. I'm gonna tell you right now, you didn't make goodies. You ain't Sierra. You ain't gonna find no Russell. I mean, you can't find your version of a Russell, I guess I could say. But the numbers are against you.
I guess you are probably right. Maybe you should get that prenup.
Oh, that's
Manosphere, we working.
That's it. See, I'm trying to tell you, fellas, man, if you stupid enough to listen to these birds and let the feels trick you out your fortune, you deserve to be tricked. I understand love, and like I said, fellas, if you ain't got shit and you know what I'm saying, she the one and you can trust her to build with her, then that's something different. And even if you ain't got shit, so whatever you get with her, you get with her. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna be entitled to that. She's sitting around having babies, taking care of your family, running your household as the CEO of the household. She's gonna be entitled to her just due at the end. You just gotta understand you gotta pay to play. That's how that shit go. But fellas, that you done already did the work, brother. You done already went to college. You done already started this business. You done already failed over and over and over again until you finally got it right. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve to lose it all, lose half of it. You don't gotta look far on the internet to find some poor divorcee on TikTok crying about how he got took to the bank by the woman of his dreams, by his high school sweetheart. You don't gotta look far. These stories they not few and far between. They everywhere. The internet, TikTok, it's packed with them. Packed with them. With heartbroken men because some big back dependopontamus decided that she could do better than him. Or she slept with the milkman while he was at work because he worked too much taking care of the family or whatever the fuck it was. She thought she could do better, which most of them do. They start smelling their shit. I want to say I had this theory that women had this law. They have a midlife crisis before men. Like in their 30s. Like in their damn 30s. They have a crisis of what the fuck am I doing? And then they start doing wild shit. And then you got some of them that's still mid 30s, damn near 40, mid 40s, still living a hot girl life, and they still partying and mingling and all of that weird shit. And then they gonna wonder why. Like you got Vivica Fox, 50 something fucking years old. She kicking on the door of 60, I believe. Talking about she hadn't found anyone worthy of having a child with, but she was eating ass. Ma'am, shut the fuck up. And she just get on my goddamn nerves. Every time I see her, she's saying some dumb shit. I don't even know why we still listening to worthless motherfuckers like that. Like even the young girls should be telling her to shut up. Y'all watched her fail in 4K, and here the fuck she is with an opinion on everything. Slandering the Godfather's name every chance she get, all type of shit. She feels some type of way because he spoke directly to her. She was the used up, buy a dog, die alone woman that we all spoke about. Beautiful. To this day, I'm not gonna hold you. It's just Vivica still look good. Vivica still fucking look good, but she worthless. Looking good ain't gonna be enough, ladies, and that's why y'all all fucking running from your looks through plastic surgery and all of this shit. No. In your youth, when you are in your prime, settle down. Like the fact, like I saw a statistic that after like five sexual partners, your chances of staying married slim to nil. I want to say fall off like 80%. Something crazy like that. And it's just 5. The average 34-year-old, 35-year-old woman, 30-year-old woman, danger zone, probably the average 25-year-old these days, probably 20 bodies up. And they wouldn't even admit to most of them. They probably wouldn't admit to half of them. Because when I'm telling you, that one dude that been knocking that thing out the box, knocking the bottom of it for fucking 4-5 relationships, she don't count him. The gay best friend that she let smoke every now and then, she don't count him. It's so many. It's one guy that she wouldn't get caught probably dead in public with, but he probably been beating at she won't count him. The Tinder dudes that she meet and she dine and dash on, that she let beat that one time and she didn't like it, wasn't to her liking, so she didn't count him. She don't count him. She don't count him. Y'all don't know him. She don't count him. For what? She not. So you'll never fucking really know. But at the end of the day, you can understand. I saw some shit. They were saying that women doing 7 a year or some shit like that. That is outrageous. I don't give a damn how sexually liberated you call yourself. If you're doing 7 different dicks a year, you better be getting paid. Be getting paid at least. But I ain't gonna keep rambling. Like I said, that was the video was kind of short. We almost at an hour anyway. I done drug it out. So for calling me at this hour. I'm go ahead and get out of y'all hair. So, but before I do that, please like, comment, subscribe. Head over to the Manosphere Highlights Daily. Give them a follow or a subscription as well. And I'm out, man.
Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys. Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys. Ham squad. Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys. Headed to the top, I don't need no ride. I'm so fly, how fly is he? I can stop now, let the beat just ride. Niggas like, might as well join them. Nothing we can do to defeat those guys. Us with the world like Bonnie and Clyde. She was there when niggas wouldn't loan me a dime. She was there when I was feeling lonely inside. Niggas not real cause it's all in disguise. I can feel the hate cause it's all in your vibe. Diamond in the rough, yeah, start on the rise. Big confidence, that's all on my stride. Money, that's all on my mind. Yeah, see, it's just me and my old lady. Born all in the 90s, but our soul came from the 80s. I know she'll get on your ass if you ever tried to play me. Got up.